Israel Adyasanya versus Nasadine Imavov happens later this week, and I'm going to be predicting the main card. Now, usually I don't do main card for fight nights because, well, half of them are just bums. But I feel like this one's really stacked. This card's arguably better than UFC 312, so I thought might as well do one for this card. So we're going to do these 6 fights on the screen. I'm pretty sure Ikram Aliskerov versus Muniz isn't even happening anymore. But in the case that he is still happening and it's not showing up on Tapology for some reason, I'm going to predict that fight anyway. So we're going to start off with the main card opener of Naimov versus Ofli, whatever the fuck his name is. I'll make our way down the card, basically. So with the main card opener of Naomi versus Ofli, I'm going with a round 2 KO for Naomi. Pretty much the entire MMA community is picking, not everyone, obviously. There are certain people, like 8% of people, are picking Ofli to win. However, a lot of people are picking Naomi to win. Now, I'm picking him to win by round 2 KO, along with about 50% of the MMA community. But I think he does have the size advantage. He has the reach advantage, so he's going to have, a fair advantage on the feet anyway. As a whole, but I feel like he's the younger fighter by a year, so it's not really that big of a difference. Both fighting at 140. Well, of course, they're both fighting the same fucking weight class, you moron. Never mind. Anyway, I'm picking Naomi to win. Boom. Next up, moving down the card, we have Ikram Aliskerov versus Andre Muniz. This fight may not even be happening, but if he is happening, I'm going for a round 1 KO for Aliskerov. Why am I so confident with a round 1 KO for Ikram? Don't know. But he is also a heavy favourite against Munoz. And it's, realistic. Oh, to be fair, actually, I was going to say it's not a smart idea to go against the betting odds. However, if you went against the betting odds at UFC 311? It's 311, wasn't it? Yeah. You would have got a lot of picks, right? Because everyone started getting decided just to get fraud checked on that card. So, I don't know. But I'm going for round 1 KO for Aliskerov. I mean, he did get fraud checked by Whittaker, but I feel like he's going to... Whittaker's a massive step up in the quality of opponents. From, you go from some unranked guy to Whittaker. It doesn't really make any sense. Munoz, it's not necessarily a step up in quality. It's a massive step down. But it should be an easy win for Aliskerov if this fight is even happening, which it might not be happening. However, the fight that is definitely happening... Anyway, as of right now, was it the 26th? Today is 27th. As of the 27th of January, is Said Nurmagomedov versus Vinicius Oliveira. Now, you look at the name Oliveira versus Nurmagomedov at Bantamweight, and you think, well, Charles Oliveira versus Habib. That's a terrible joke, and I saw one person make that. That is awful. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm going for Nurmagomedov to get the job done. Now, I'm saying via decision because... Well, realistically, I don't think he's going to knock him out, if I'm being honest. He might submit him, but with a name like Oliveira, you ain't getting submitted, unless it's against Islam Makhachev. However, so I think there's going to be some scrambles on the ground. I think it's going to be pretty mediocre, not ground, what am I saying? Pretty mediocre stand-up for this fight. Obviously, we're, more wrestling, but, the main and co-main event, knockouts all round. Anyway, I'm yapping, generally. I'm yapping here. But decision for Said Nurmagomedov is my official prediction. We are about nearly 4 minutes into the video, so I'm going to have to yap a little bit more if I want to get this video close enough to 10 minutes. Anyway, Sergei Pavlovich versus Rozenstruik. I cannot say his first name, but Rozenstruik versus Pavlovich. Listen, right? I like Rozenstruik, but I think Pavlovich is going to run through him. Now, Pavlovich is on a losing streak, I do believe. I think he's on a 2-fight losing streak. He got battered by Tom Aspinall, if I'm being honest, and then he got walked by Alexander Volkov. Now, Rozenstruik is on a 2-fight winning streak, but one of them is to Shamil Gaziev, who quit because he couldn't breathe. So, Rozenstruik, who is older than Pavlovich. Also, you can't even see his tattoos. I mean, he has tattoos, but you can't see him. Like, his skin is, physically too dark to the point where you can't see his tattoos. If you asked me if Rozenstruik had tattoos, I would probably go, what? He's Rozenstruik in tattoos? Because he just doesn't have them. But I think it's going to be a bad day for Biggie Boy. I think he's going to get knocked out inside the first round, and I think Pavlovich is going to, restore himself as the just the Russian powerhouse who runs through people. So that's just my bet for this fight. I think Rozenstruik can get knocked the fuck out, if I'm going to be honest. Moving on to the co-main event, we have Shara Magomedov versus Michael Venom Page. Now, if you ask me if Michael Venom Page was ranked at middleweight, I would say no, because I don't think he was ranked at middleweight, but apparently he's ranked 15th according to the UFC officially. Now, he's ranked at welterweight at 14, I think, or 15. He's not ranked at middleweight, so I don't know why it says he's ranked at middleweight, but we'll move. Anyway, Shara Magomedov has no grappling ability at all, so of course the UFC want to try and cash out on this guy as much as possible by giving him some guy who also doesn't grapple. Now, this is a very entertaining striking matchup. If Michael Venom Page uses a little bit of grappling, he will probably win the fight based on like a decision. I don't think he's going to submit Magomedov, but he'll probably win if he uses some grappling. Whereas Magomedov probably does have the edge on the feet, if I'm being honest. He is the younger fighter by 7 years. That's a hefty amount. Slightly shorter than MVP and a massive reach disadvantage for Shara Magomedov. So I feel like Magomedov, if they keep this on the feet, I feel like Magomedov has a chance of pulling something off. I feel like he's going to be losing the fight in terms of round by round basis. I feel like it's going to be like 2-0 down. But I feel like he will. Why is that not fucking work? Okay. I feel like he will get the KO in the third round. End the third round. I feel like he's going to pull something out the bag like he did against Petrosyan. I think that's his name, Petrosyan. Anyway, I feel like he will pull something out of the bag, but I don't think he's going to be winning the fight. I feel like he could easily get fraud checked here, because if Michael Venom Page wants to grapple a little bit, I think it will show the masses that Shara Magomedov isn't capable of grappling defensively or offensively. When he had his first fight in the UFC, he did get taken down, and he won the fight based off elbows off the ground, because off his back. He was like defending pretty well off his back, but defensively he's not very good at grappling. So I feel like if MVP wants to use some grappling aspect, he will beat him, and I've just said that multiple times, so I'm trying to get the point across. He could easily get fraud checked here, but I'm going for a KO for Magomedov, but I feel like he will, get fraud checked in the way that it will show the masses that he's not elite. He's good, he's interesting, but he's not elite. You get what I mean? Moving on to the main event after that, 4 minutes of yap. Isreal Adyasanya versus Nasadine Imavov. Now, this is an interesting matchup. I feel like Imavov, once again, this is the case that Isreal Adesanya, his grappling is pretty mid, and Nasadine Imavov does have good grappling. If Imavov shoots a takedown, he can steal 2 or 3 rounds. And I feel like that might be the case in this fight. Now, obviously, Isreal Adesanya is a very good striker, and he did look pretty good against DDP, but also showed that he had zero capability in the grappling field, because how are you going to get... I know he got rocked, and I know DDP's just got plot armor, but how are you going to let him take you down with zero grappling defense and submit you within 10 seconds about taking you down? I know there was more to that fight, but you're getting finished because you got rocked, sure, then you got taken down, and then you just scuffled his way to the back and then put you in a choke. That's some Kevin Holland level of trying. You get what I mean? So I'm going to go for an Isreal... Oh, what the fuck? He's done it again. I'm going to go for an Isreal Adesanya decision. I feel like he will win this fight, but I don't think it's going to be a y'all must have forgot performance. I feel like it's going to be a I really ain't top level, but I can show you that I'm good enough to stay within the higher levels of the rankings, but I'm not champion material still. Now, he is... How old is Isreal Adesanya now? It's like 35, isn't he? 35 and 6 months, a lot older than Nasadine Imavov, who is like 28 in his peak, pretty much 29 years old. Imavov, could easily win this fight. If Imavov wins the fight, title contender, probably put him against Khamzat Chimaev if Chimaev doesn't get the immediate title shot. Whereas if Adesanya wins, if he goes against Chimaev, he gets fucked, honestly. But I'm going to go for Adesanya decision. It's very close in betting odds. I feel Adesanya will piece him up on the feet, and Imavov might be able to get some advantage in the ground game, but I think Isreal Adesanya will take the decision. Those are my predictions. There was a lot of yap in this video. Hopefully you enjoy it. I don't know how you fucking enjoy this, but if you did enjoy, leave a like and let me know what, I don't know, let me know if you have a video idea because I'm out. So I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.